Hello everybody, my name is Chapman and I have been sent a lot of stuff recently. I haven't done one of these videos for a while. I've been just accumulating things from my PO box, so let's have like a massive haul and just show the stuff that I've collected lately. Now the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the bag that's actually containing most of the other stuff that I'm going to talk to you about. This bag is from Gandhis and it's a really special bag, and I'll explain the story behind it before I show you kind of what the bag does and everything. But two brothers, Rob and Paul, lost their parents in the 2004 tsunami in Sri Lanka. And basically, shortly after 2012, they started their own company making flip-flops in their house and selling them. The idea being they're going to raise enough money to build a home for underprivileged children in Sri Lanka. Since then, they've done that. They've built two, one in Sri Lanka and one in Malawi. And they are working on a third one and obviously have expanded their range. They do flip-flops, they do bags, they do backpacks. They've actually got some really nice stuff on there. So they got in touch with me and sent me this bag and said, listen, if you can spread awareness, then please do. So this bag is lovely. It is really genuinely really good. It's like a canvas thing. It's a holdall. I'm doing a lot of traveling coming up. I can't tell you what for, but it's going to take me kind of around the world. And most of the bags I have are very refined and elegant, and I like that this one is rough and ready, and it's also just like a huge old sack that you can fill. You got a strap with it, which is handy for on your shoulder. You can hold it by the handles. You've got plenty of zips, like a zip space here. You've got a pocket space here. On the inside, it's big, and this is actually smaller because you can undo these clips and make it even bigger. But it's just like a really handy thing to travel with. You've got pockets on kind of the walls here. And I just think it's, one, a very nice bag. It's very well constructed, but also stands for something really good. So whenever you buy something from Gandhis, proceeds go to helping disadvantaged children. So what a good place to start. Actually, before I delve into the bag, I've got a few really quick things that wouldn't fit in it. So the first of which is this. It's a skateboard. It's from Jimmy Choo, and it's got fluff from my rug stuck in the bearing. So I used to skate when I was a kid, and I'm talking from when I was about maybe 11, 12 to about the age of 15 or 16. I'm now 30, so it was about half my life ago that I stopped skating. However, I got this bad boy out and had a crack. I'm not as good as I remember. I used to be able to kickflip and do sets of stairs, and I could grind and board slide, and my best trick probably was a varial kickflip, or maybe a varial hill flip. I couldn't do a 360, but I wasn't far off. I did some Instagram stories, which I'll put on the video now, and you can see I'm not as good as I used to be. But they sent me this because it kind of came with a fragrance too, which I forgot to bring with me, which is really annoying. The fragrance is lovely, but it's in my bathroom and I forgot to bring it. But it was such a trip down memory lane for me to have a go. However, I did kind of ruin the board. You can see, on the grip tape, I was trying to do kick flips and left my shoe behind on it, and also really sort of damaged the edges. But hey ho, it was worth it for the memories. So thanks, Jimmy Choo. Also behind me here, you can see 3 cans of water. I got sent probably about 50 of these. These are from Dash. It's Dash water, sparkling water. But they've got 0 calories and they're all infused with something. And what they do is they use fruit that people don't buy because it's ugly fruit, and they put it in their drinks, and it's sparkling water with a little hint of flavour. So this one here is raspberries, infused with squash raspberries. The cucumber one I really like, which is this guy here, and they also sent me one of those infuser bottles where you get the tube in a tube, and in the inner tube you put your fruit, and then it kind of infuses the water. And this one here I haven't tried yet, but this is lemon. I like lemon stuff, so I'm sure it's going to be lovely. But basically in my office now I've got loads and loads of sparkling water to get through, so I constantly need a wee. What's next in my bag? Oh, these are a recent addition. These are from Todds, as you can see in my little shoe bag here, and I got these shoes. Now these are a bit of a hybrid. Technically they are driving shoes, but because they're patent, which is basically like the shiny leather thing if you're not sure, I have been wearing them with black tie. So I went to a black tie event the other day, and I wore these. Because the weather's quite nice now, it's nice to have sort of more of an open shoe rather than something that's quite tight and restricting. And they're actually just really pretty and really easy to wear. The thing about black tie is that you can feel quite restricted because you have a tight shirt on, you've got a jacket on, you've got your trousers on, and it can all feel quite snug. So actually having a bit of foot freedom is really nice. These are beautiful, they're from Todds. They're also super comfy. And the tread is really weird, like little blobs on the bottom, but the patent sort of goes round, so there's no sole as such, which just makes them super comfy. Next up I have these little things. These are from a really lovely brand called Czech Speake, which is actually a brand that goes way back. I'm going to start with this guy. They actually sent me also a shower gel to go along with this, but I've been using the shower gel, so now it's all wet, so I've left it in my bathroom. But it smells amazing, and it has the same fragrance as this. It's like a neroli scent, and I love neroli. I don't really know how to explain it. It's really hard to explain a fragrance, but it's sort of floral, but also quite masculine. I don't know how else to talk about it. This is basically a body oil, a body and bath oil. So if you are a bather, I'm not, I'm a showerer, you put a few drops in your bath and you let it all emulsify, and it's really nice and hydrating. After a shower though, what I do is when I'm still actually a little bit wet, so step out of the shower, a little bit wet still, a few drops on my hand, and then kind of, you know, rub it all in and rub it all over my body, and it's moisturizing. What I like about this is really low maintenance. Out of the shower, still wet, a few drops, rub it all over, get dry, put your clothes on, and you're on with your day. I'm going to try to explain the fragrance to you. I mean, I've got no way of telling you how it smells because I'm really bad at explaining fragrances, but it is really lovely. And also, look at the beautiful packaging. It's glass. And I think when this runs out, I might even repurchase it because I like it that much. Also from Czech Speake, I have this guy. There we go. It's a nail kit. I am a nail biter, which is something I don't like to admit because I know it's a filthy habit, but I just can't not do it. However, I was sent this the day before I went to Cannes, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to try my best not to bite my nail. So I put it in my suitcase, and I had like literally 20 minutes in my hotel room before going out to a thing. And I sat there and I found myself with my fingers in my mouth, and I went, no, Jim, stop it. So I went to my lovely new kit, and I got my nail clippers out here, and I clipped my nails, and then I filed them too. You can actually still see parts of my nail on the file. I filed them too because my thing is, if I've got anything to get hold of with my teeth, I will. And when you clip, sometimes you have like quite a hard edge. So I filed the edge nice and soft. And then I've got, I think these are like cuticle trimmers. What a beautiful kit. So now it lives in my, my suitcase. So when I'm away, which I'm away quite a lot, I can kind of keep on top of my nails and try not to bite them anymore. I'm going to do this one next because there's another fragrance and I want to get it out of the way because, as you know, I can't explain fragrances. However, I love this. So I have a lot of fragrances doing what I do for a job. They just kind of get sent to me all the time. And because I have so many, I've now got a very high threshold that a fragrance has to reach before it gets to my bathroom. So a lot of the things I get sent get given away to people. This one, however, is all mine. Again, it's neroli, and it's really hard to explain. It's kind of fresh and a little bit floral, but also quite deep and masculine. It's by, I can never pronounce this name, by Ermenegildo Zegna. Basically, everyone just calls it Zegna. And the fragrance is called Acqua di Neroli. And it is lovely. And also, isn't that bottle, that packaging, just really beautiful? So, well done you. You've made it to my actual fragrance kit, my bathroom. Oh, these things are really nice. So in my PO, in fact, I'm going to put this on right now. In my PO box the other day, I got a really lovely handwritten letter from Alice, who makes jewellery. The jewellery is, I think, called Made by Alice, and it's really beautiful. So this bracelet, so I have a bracelet that my wife bought me for my wedding gift, and I wear it most days. However, it kind of screws on, so you can't get it off once it's on without kind of spending ages unscrewing it. I travel a lot and I get beeped at every time I go through the security, but also I started boxing as well, and you can't have a bracelet that doesn't come off under a boxing glove because it's actually agony because it just like tears, it takes all your skin away. So this, when I'm not wearing the other one, I've been putting this one on, and it is really, it's a really simple silver band, but it's so beautiful. The only bit of detailing on it is there's a little A on here, which obviously stands for Alice. She also sent me two other items here. So I have cufflinks, which are basic silver studs, but they're kind of like in a sort of pyramid cone type shape, which are really beautiful. And to match them, I got dress studs. So you might not know what these are. If you wear a dress shirt, so you're wearing a black tie, your first 4 buttons often are either sort of invisible, or you have buttons, or you have like little holes that you put different buttons in. Traditionally they're black, but you don't have to have black because you can play with it. And these are really lovely silver studs to put in their place. So, you know, wearing black tie, this kind of gives you a nice little edge, I think. So thanks very much, Alice. It really means a lot to me. Moving on to clothes, and I have quite a few clothes to talk about, so we'll keep this brief. I have this. I'm into it in a big way. It's a really beautiful short sleeve Cuban collar shirt from Sandro. Now, a Cuban collar is basically, it's Cuban collar or camp collar, whatever you want to call it, but I say Cuban. It's basically this sort of open collar here, and you get that sort of this thing where it kind of collars here and you get like a little bit there, basically. And I'm so into it. It's a really beautiful blue color, and has kind of like, I'm gonna say Asian inspired print, although it might just be grass now I'm looking at it, I'm not too sure, but either way, it's a lovely color. It's super easy to wear, and when the sun is blazing, it just sort of screams summer. I wore this, and I posted on my Instagram actually, I wore this with a pair of white jeans recently, and it was just a really casual, easy summer look, but you know, shows that you know what you're doing because you've kind of opted for this collar rather than wearing just like a normal shirt, and wearing it with white jeans is a nice touch. Very similarly, and sticking with the Cuban collar, I have this guy. This comes from Percival. Now, as you know, if you watched me, Percival and I go way back. I'm a big fan, and actually I designed some stuff for Chris, who owns Percival, just after Christmas it was. And by the way, Chris has had a baby girl, so congratulations, Chris. I love this. It's got herons all over it. Again, kind of Asian inspired, but super easy to wear. They're one of these things that you can actually, they're a great casual item, but you can also dress them up. If you wear it with sort of trousers and maybe a jacket over the top, they can look sort of super stylish and slick. But it's really nice, isn't it? I like it a lot. And I got 3 items here from 7 for All Mankind. I'm gonna start with this t-shirt because I think it's wicked. I love it. So it has kind of like crocheted rows on it on the front, otherwise it's plain black, but on the back, boom! I don't usually wear t-shirts with things on the back. In fact, I think this might be my only one because sometimes I find it a bit loud and a bit sort of showboating. I don't know why, it's a personal thing. But I really like this one for 2 reasons. One, Los Angeles at the moment is a place that's really close to my heart. As you know, I've been writing a film, on my 2nd film now. And there's something really special about being there and writing a film. So I just kind of want to advertise it, I suppose. But also on the back, you've got more crocheted roses, and I just think they look really cool. And it's got like such a cool rock and roll vibe. In fact, yesterday I wore it with Converse and with these jeans, which are also kind of rock and roll. These are from 7 for All Mankind again, and these are their fit called Paxton, which is their skinny fit. Now, typically, I've been avoiding skinny fits at the moment because I feel like as you get a bit older, you don't want things that are like super tight because they're quite a young look. However, these have a lot of stretch in them, so it feels like you're wearing jogging bottoms. I swear, they're so comfy. They stretch a lot, and as a result, aren't super tight, and actually, I would say they're much more of a slim taper than a skinny when you get them. And what's really good, they do odd sizes. I get a 31. Usually I'm like somewhere between a 30 and a 32. So I have to get a 32 and sometimes get them altered. But they make a 31 and they are, I kid you not, the comfiest jeans I've ever worn. They do have a lot of stretch, which is something I tend not to go for because I like my denim to be quite thick often. Not thick, but quite stiff and hard wearing. And these are the total opposite, but they're so comfy. And also a really great color for this time of year. I'm aware that I've been filming for 22 minutes, so I'm going to keep these last 2 things really short and sweet. But to be fair, they're quite small. This thing here is from Origins. It's called Ginseng SPF 40. I am all about SPF. I am actually a bit scared of the sun because it damages your skin, it makes you look older, and it's really bad for you. So I always wear SPF. But what I like about this is that it is slightly tinted. So it's like basically a tinted moisturizer. So in the morning, you put a bit of this on and you look like you, but just a little bit better, which I really like, you know. I wouldn't say it's as far as makeup because it's actually really easy to apply. You don't need any brushes or anything, but you know, it kind of gives you that little added edge. But I've been using it quite a lot and I really like it. And again, it just makes your skin look a little bit nicer. And this guy here, I haven't even opened yet. It is by Arm & Hammer and it's charcoal white and it's toothpaste. The reason I haven't opened it yet is because I'm already using my old tube of toothpaste, which actually is also charcoal. So I wrote an article for GQ maybe 2 or 3 months ago about charcoal products, and I discovered charcoal toothpaste, and it's now my favorite thing. By sort of absorbing bits of grub and detritus and whatever, it actually keeps your teeth whiter. So I've been using the one I've been using all the time. And when that runs out, I'll open this guy. I just hope it's minty enough, because what I've discovered with charcoal toothpaste, some of them aren't all that minty, and I like a good minty toothpaste because I like to feel like I've freshened my breath up, you know? But I will be using it, so there you go, that's in my PO box. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe. There's also a little bell button. If you like what you've seen, click the little bell button and you'll get told every time I upload and you'll never miss a trick. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and leave it a comment, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.